Have you ever been in a situation where you know you're right, but the customer still insists on escalating? It happens more often than you think. Today, we're exploring the core reasons why customers push for an escalation, even when the agent has provided the technically correct solution or answer. One of the top reasons for escalation is when the customer feels unheard or misunderstood. They might feel like you're simply reading from a script. Even if the solution is technically correct based on policy, the customer may perceive it as inadequate because it doesn't solve their underlying problem or meet their expectation. Sometimes the issue isn't what you say, but how you say it. A cold tone or a lack of empathy can immediately trigger a desire to speak to someone else. The customer may be looking for a different outcome, believing that a supervisor or higher authority holds the power to override the initial decision. The common belief is that a supervisor will inevitably overturn the decision just to placate the customer, regardless of the policy's correctness. Some customers escalate simply because they are seeking validation for their feelings or desire a sense of winning the interaction. High emotional frustration or perceived high stakes can lead to a demand for escalation as they seek an outlet for their stress. If the issue has caused major inconvenience or a significant financial impact, the emotional charge will be much higher, fueling the push for escalation. For some, the act of demanding an escalation is simply a way to release pent-up frustration and assert control over a difficult situation. Another frequent cause is when the customer is confused or lacks clarity about the rationale behind the correct decision. If the correct answer was delivered without a clear, easy-to-understand explanation, the customer will likely challenge it by escalating. The customer may not understand the underlying policy or context for why your answer is final, leading them to believe that there must be an alternative solution. Instead of letting the call reach that boiling point, here are some proactive strategies to de-escalate and maintain control. Start by actively validating the customer's frustration and feelings. Use empathetic language to show that you recognize the impact of the issue on them. Clearly explain the policy or solution, framing it with empathy and focusing on why it is the best possible path forward given the constraints. Ultimately, focus on the customer's experience. Even if you're right, ensuring they feel respected and heard is how you truly win without an unnecessary escalation.